sir, we have an executive order ordering the declassification of files relating to the assassinations of President John F. Kennedy.
The youngest man and the first Roman Catholic ever elected to the office. First president born in the 20th century.
A lot of people are waiting for this for years.
President Donald Trump's decision to declassify and release files related to the assassination of President John F. Kennedy has sparked skepticism from some visitors to the JFK Presidential Library. Many have questioned Trump's timing and motivation for releasing documents from the 1963 assassination in Dallas. Kennedy's assassination in Dallas on November 22, 1963 remains the subject of enduring public fascination and conspiracy theories despite the official conclusion that Lee Harvey Oswald was the suspect. Visitors to the John F. Kennedy Presidential Library and Museum in Boston have been curious about potential new revelation or suspicion that Trump was politically motivated.
Tempered by war, disciplined by a hard and bitter peace. Ich bin ein Berliner.
His rendezvous with grim destiny begins a little after noontime as his plane lands in Dallas. Earlier, he had received a tumultuous reception in Fort Worth. Now, more thousands are waiting to greet him in downtown Dallas. But death is less than 1 short hour away. At 1:25, the motorcade moves into the downtown area. Death is 6 minutes away. In a warehouse, a sniper with a rifle poised waits.
One of them is Deborah Prewitt, a visitor from Princeton, New Jersey, who grew up in Massachusetts. I think it's all for the president's sake. Why? Why does he need to do this now, when there's so much else going on in this world that needs attention? I think his motivation for doing it are interesting and questionable in my mind. Why in those documents? I don't feel like I need to know anymore, you know? What? That's long gone, Prewitt said. Roy Van Tassel, visiting from Tulsa, Oklahoma, agreed. Yeah, my first reaction was a little bit of shock, like why, this family and everybody involved in this have been through enough with all the conspiracy stuff. To me, again, it just seemed like a self-aggrandizing way to draw attention to himself and another way to fool conspiracy theorists that benefit his base. So I think it's all very self-serving and self-focused. It's just another way for him to say, I have power and I can do whatever I want with it, Tassel said. Nicholas Reeds of Cleveland, Ohio, know the historical significance of the Kennedy assassination. I think the assassination of JFK is probably one of the most interesting moments in American history because it marked a turning point because before, at the end of JFK's term, his first term, he really changed. He had a whole new aspect that started to show as a much more assertive person. A lot of things ended up happening. But with his assassination, there's this big what-if question. What if JFK had stayed in office? What if he had been able to pass all the different reforms that he talked about towards the end of this presidency? Like, what if? What if? What if? That's, I think, the big question. I think that's why everyone is so obsessed with the assassination. Rich said. However, Rich is skeptical of conspiracy theories surrounding the assassination, saying they are far-fetched. Previous administrations have released some classified materials related to the assassination. Historians and conspiracy theorists have long sought access to the remaining documents, arguing that they could dispel theories or reveal new information about one of the most traumatic events in American history. Trump began releasing the assassination documents amid rising courtroom tension over his policies and rebuke from Supreme Court Chief Justice John Roberts, who rejected calls to impeach federal judges shortly after Trump demanded the removal of a judge who ruled against him.